Hey guys, welcome back to my channel where I talk about whatever I feel like talking about, but usually it's a popular topic. And this topic today is 10 reasons why dating sucks in 2021. Now, if you followed me, you know that I have already released the first 5 parts in a part 1. So this is actually part 2 of a supposed to be part 1 series, but I made a part 2 because I fucked up. It was too long. So I cut it into 2 sections. So today we're going to be going over the next 5 points of 10 reasons why dating sucks in 2021. But please stick around because it's actually going to be 6 points because I did promise an extra bonus at the end. So if you haven't already hit the subscribe button, please do so you can keep up to date with any of my new videos. And let's get into it. Which brings me into number 6. For those of you who were not a part of the first portion of this entire video, the first 5 reasons why dating sucks in 2021 are these. 1, the dating apps and instant gratification. 2, the single girl and guy movement. 3, the perfect before me theory. 4, masculine and feminine energy being confused. And 5, not doing the work on yourself. But be sure to watch that first part and back to the video. Number 6, keeping doors open that should not stay open. You just have too many freaking options. I'ma leave the door open. You know, back then, it was a little bit easier to be like, hey, that's the girl I want and I'm gonna stick with it. Or that's the man that I know I'm gonna like stick to. But now there's just too many options. Y'all are leaving too many doors open, and when there's so many freaking doors open, obviously that's gonna leave room for confusion. So what I suggest is maybe focusing on a door, like one door.
Is it safe? Yes, it's safe. It's very safe. It's so safe you wouldn't believe it.
I know, that sounds scary. Or if you're dating around, date around like 2 to 3 people. I don't know, but don't freaking keep all of your exes in your back pocket and all of your new guys in your back pocket. It's confusing, and I honestly don't know how you guys keep up with it, or people who do that. I don't know how y'all keep up with it. Honestly, it sounds really stressful to me.
I'm not you. I can't make it on a couple of high altitude fucks once or twice a year.
And at that point, then your focus is being put on all of the dating versus you actually seeking yourself. So I think maybe you should just close those doors and just focus on a couple things. Because if you are putting your focus on 10 other guys or girls, whatever, and you're being spread all around, you're obviously not gonna find your person because you're, you know, spread too thin, spread apart. Probably shouldn't say that. Moving forward, maybe close those doors so you can put a focus on an actual person. If you're trying to find your person, if you're just fucking dating, by all means, then go on. You know, open all the doors, explore, peekaboo, play peekaboo with the doors. Okay, reason number 7, right? Reason number 7 is the idea of commitment and how scared everyone is from it. Everybody just wants to do everything nowadays, and everybody feels so entitled nowadays that it's very difficult for people to actually want to commit to anything because they think to themselves, why? You know, and all fairness, okay, being committed to one thing is very scary because you're going all in.
No, it's not safe. It's very dangerous. Be careful.
But again, this goes back to the idea that all this instant gratification is ruining us, which was point 1, is because we do not want to work for anything anymore. It feels like the whole commitment idea is just so scary because that means more work. And a lot of people nowadays are very scared of commitment. It feels so infinite when it's really not. The best things in life are acquired through hard work, time, and commitment. Even when it comes to businesses, it's so funny because we glorify the hustle and the grind every single day, right? You see it in motivational posts like work hard. For now, you'll be working, 80 hours a week, but it'll be worth it, blah, blah, blah. But yet when we talk about relationships, that's never brought up. Nobody talks about, okay, well, deal with the troubles and her little bit of clinginess or his inability to communicate. Deal with that, and then you'll actually find somebody worth spending your life with, etc. Nobody ever glorifies that. Everybody says, hey, if it's too complicated, leave that bitch, whatever it is, right? But yet we glorify our career spaces in understanding that hard work pays off. So why don't we ever say that in relationships? That's confusing to me, because again, going back to the idea of the single girl movement or single guy movement, hot girl summer, all of that fun stuff, that is what's glorified. And so the idea of commitment is just blown off to the side, or it seems like it's just bullshit, right? But it is worth it, I promise you. Again, if you are just dating, then by all means, go and freaking date. Don't be committed. Why would you? You're discovering yourself, but please make it known to the people that you are dating that that's what you're doing. Don't be an asshole and let them know, you know, I'm in the space, I'm just dating. Moving on to number 8. This is my spirituality coming into play. There is no fear of a higher power, or no submission, or no idea of a higher power. Now, I'm not saying that you have to be God worshiping. All I'm saying is to have a belief in something higher than you, because if you don't have a foundation grounded into believing that something out there is higher than you and giving you, you know, opportunity after opportunity to live a blessed life, or, you know, to live a fruitful life, an abundant life, then you will crumble the minute something goes wrong.
Blaine, I just killed your friend and you find someone else to blame.
The problem with not having security in a higher self, or the universe, or God, is that you take a lot of responsibility on your own. You hold yourself responsible for a lot of things that are completely out of your control. So for those things that are out of control that you literally cannot do anything about, you need to have an idea of a higher power and believe that a higher power is taking care of it for you. Otherwise, and I've seen it before, people end up destroying themselves because they always say, why me?
Dear Lord, why me? Georgia?
Why me, Lord?
Oh, dear Lord, why me?
Why me? And that goes to the idea of people believing that life does not happen for you, that it happens to you. And that's the opposite. Life happens for you, not to you. So I do believe that a lot of people need to ground themselves in some sort of spirituality and some sort of connection to the universe, God, Buddha, whatever you want to call it, to some sort of higher power, to be able to surrender when things don't go right, because that idea of detachment is actually very helpful for you in your dating life. And it leaves you so that you're not going absolutely insane. Because I know when I didn't have God and I wasn't submitting to the universe, I wasn't spiritual at all, whenever something went wrong, I was depressed and I would literally carry the weight of the world on my shoulder.
I got the whole world in my hands.
And I would be like, well, this is my fault, blah, blah. But the truth is, sometimes it's not your fault. Sometimes shit just happens, and that's life. So again, I think it's important to be grounded in some sort of spirituality, the universe, God, Buddha, whatever you want to call it.
No, Buddha, don't you dare. Don't you dare.
Number 9. Am I number 9? Fuck, I'm forgetting the order of these things. I guess this kind of circles back to the idea of commitment issues, but running away the minute things get tough. It's people just leaving before they get to experience the actual harvest of them planting their seeds. So if you can actually stick it out and get to learn and know people and understand that we are all flawed, that we all make mistakes every once in a while, and if it's something that is bearable, like non-abusive, not cheating, stuff like that, then, you know, maybe stick around and see what comes out of it. Because once you actually get to spend time with somebody and fall in love and they love you, I'm kind of a romantic, but I'm telling you, it is such a beautiful thing. I have no regrets from any of my relationships at all. I feel like I learned a lot from them, and I wouldn't have learned all the stuff I did if I just ran away the minute things got tough. You know, it's good to stick it out. It's good to be able to work towards something. And if it doesn't work out ultimately, obviously know when to walk away. But I do think that there is a beauty in sticking something out. Number 10. This is another perspective that I'm not sure a lot of people will agree with me, and it's kind of like off base, but not off base. The music industry. right? I think that the music industry is actually destroying the world. Not the world. Okay, that was a little dramatic.
This world going up in flames.
The music industry really does preach about single girl movement. I mean, there's songs called Hot Girl Summer, and Nicki Minaj says something about a DICK bicycle.
Wrist icicle, ride deck bicycle.
Like, what? Okay. And men rap about having like 20 female dogs. 20 female dogs. 20 females like chilling at their crib. So the music industry, I guess just social media in general, has really glorified having multiple partners. And I think that really ruins our idea of what dating should be like, because all we see are these ideas of having multiple partners when, you know, ultimately, unless it's not your goal, obviously, it'd be nice to have one person.
What do you mean?
The bonus that is wrong with dating in 2021, it's sex. Because sex in general, I feel like is just being thrown around so effortlessly. You know, people just have sex for no reason. You go to the mall, you have sex. You go to the fair together, you have sex. You meet somebody for the first time. Even Tinder nowadays, it's like you message somebody and then you go have sex with them that night. Like, you've never even met this person in a public place. He could be a murderer, but you're letting him murder your pussy. We are just giving it up too easily. Females and males. Like, males, I feel like historically y'all have been pretty infidelity. But men have been very infidious. I don't think that's a fucking word. I can't even think straight.
Oh my God, pull yourself together.
Even though men have been having sex like none other for like ever and have been pretty open about it, doesn't necessarily give them any grace as to saying like they should just everything. But women too, at the same time, like, we need to have a standard, girls. Come on. Like, if one female like sleeps with everybody and agrees to being treated like crap, it kind of lowers the standard for every other female out there as well.
Screw the honor system.
Hey, you're ruining it for the rest of us.
Because men think that they could just get away with it. Same with men being treated like shit and sticking around, and women taking advantage of that. I mean, it's a reciprocal thing, right? Men and women are just having so much sex. It's everywhere. Sex everywhere. It's like a sexcapade.
Yes, but
I think that sex is actually ruining a lot of our dating in 2021 because it's just too readily available. I feel like all of my points that I've made today kind of have a correlation to one another. To summarize what I am saying, one, the dating apps create an instant gratification that is very difficult to please. You get everything so quickly. It diminishes the value of commitment, and it diminishes the value of hard work. Relationships are not desirable. We are getting into, you know, single men and women culture, and nobody ever talks about how amazing an actual relationship is. All we see are single people online nowadays. It's almost pretty rare to find a successful couple or a couple who's loving, honestly. 3, the idea that your person should already be perfect before you is ridiculous, because people are always going to be a work in progress. No one's ever going to be completely complete. Part 4, the masculine and feminine energy are messed up. We cannot seem to find a good balance between it. And I think that right now there is a shift that is happening. I think men are starting to explore themselves emotionally, but I think there's gonna be a point in our society where everything kind of balances itself out again. I think we're doing a lot of extremes, but it's also because we're discovering a lot more. I feel like a lot of people are starting to awaken. So I have confidence that the male race will step up to the plate, and I have confidence that the female race will learn how to communicate a little bit better instead of trying to control everything. But you know what I'm saying? I think there's gonna be a good balance that happens, because eventually everything will level out. Hopefully. Yeah! Number 7, I am getting so confused. I'm just gonna list it. Let's just list all the things that I think are wrong here. Let's put it here on the side. I'll give you a minute to look at it, because I'm not gonna lie, I am already forgetting everything I said, but basically here you go, right there, in list format. That is what I think personally. Obviously, full disclosure, this is all my opinion. I am not a professional. I am just basing this off of my experience from dating. I've been single for a year and a half now, and it's been an interesting one. I even had to take a break off of dating because it was just so much. But yeah, this is my personal opinion, so I hope some of you guys agree with me. If you don't, I'd love to hear your feedback on it in the comments below. But again, if you haven't already, please subscribe. I am gonna start doing more of these videos where we just talk about dating and like life and mindset and perspective and lifestyle. So these are all the things that I want to cover on my YouTube channel. So please stick around, and I would love to see you on the next video. Peace out. Thanks for joining my YouTube, and I'll probably see you guys on TikTok. That's a horrible exit. That's a horrible fucking exit. Yeah. Thank you for joining in on another YouTube video, and I will see you next week with a new video up again.